Dinosaurs are mysterious, ancient, and freaking awesome. Outside of learning about Earth's past, however, what has continued to keep paleontology and the research of these ancient animals going? Yep, the fossil auctioning business has put up some impressive numbers, reaching into the millions of dollars range even. So what are the top 10 most expensive dinosaur fossil discoveries? We are about to tell you, so make sure and
stick around.
Let's get to it. Going for an impressive price of $65,000 at auction in 2008, this ichthyosaur fossil has a lot to offer. You can clearly see the ancient marine reptile's skeletal system, as well as the indentation of its flesh within the stone surrounding the specimen. This creature was one of the most common ancient sea-dwelling species, as fossils have been found all over the world. Similar to the ichthyosaur, this Rhamphorhynchus specimen has been preserved nicely in a stone tomb. Once again, you see the skeleton as well as the impression of the animal's flesh, specifically the thin filament that makes up its wings. Living in the Jurassic period, this pterosaur had a wingspan of about 2 meters, and at auction this fossil sold for $67,000. This highly intact juvenile Edmontosaurus walked the lands around 100 to 65 million years ago. This duck-billed dinosaur was quite common, but rarely are such high-quality juvenile specimens discovered, probably having a lot to do with the auction price of nearly $133,000. Discovered in Montana in the 1990s, this rare duck-billed dinosaur called Harpocrosaurus roamed the lands around 75 million years ago. This particular specimen went for about $170,000 and currently resides in the Emmen Zoo in Holland. The people in the zoo even gave the dinosaur a name, Freya. The Triceratops may just be the most loved herbivore dinosaur, hence the reason for this upcoming hefty price for just the skull of this beast. Found in Montana, this skull has all 3 horns still intact, definitely being a big part of the price as well. The horns of the Triceratops are literally its pride and joy, and dinosaur fossil collectors were willing to put down $251,000 on the table just to get this prized skull. The only thing more impressive than a Triceratops skull is a full-on skeletal beauty of the entire creature. Found in South Dakota, this largely intact Triceratops specimen was discovered in 2004. 7 years later, this dinosaur went on to bring in $550,000, further establishing the trike as one of Earth's finest creations. Few Diplodocus have ever been found, but a common trait shared by the specimens found is their level of completion. This particular Diplodocus was found in Wyoming, and earned the name Misty. Aw, that's cute. Being one of the largest dinosaurs to be discovered, Misty was already on the path of high cost at auction, eventually being sold in the UK for a massive price of $652,000. Sometimes in the dinosaur fossil world, amazing discoveries are made on how these animals acted out their daily lives, including, of course, fighting for survival. This next specimen, or should we say specimens, is a perfect example of this. Once upon a time, an Allosaurus and a Stegosaurus were locked in battle. Somehow, both of the creatures died. Whether it was from each other or from a freak flood, they were covered up in mud and preserved. Such an impressive find brings in a ton of money at auction, $2.7 million to be exact. Finding just one dinosaur fossil is a hell of a find, but finding 3 massive Diplodocus all in the same location and at almost full completion is a find on a whole nother level. Deep in Wyoming, these 3 sauropods somehow all managed to die in the same location. Maybe it was a Diplodocus graveyard, or perhaps fate just had all 3 individuals in the same spot. We do not really know. What we do know is that the 3 specimens brought in a massive $5.8 million combined in auction. Big dinosaurs, big price. And now let's get to the most expensive dinosaur fossil to ever be discovered and sold. Was there ever any doubt that Sue, the most complete Tyrannosaurus fossil ever discovered, was going to not be on this list? To many, Sue's the greatest paleontology find of all time, and for good reason. The history of Sue is full of love, chaos, and money. $8.3 million worth of money to be exact. Ever since Sue's drama-filled discovery in South Dakota, the fossil has been able to reside in the Chicago Field Museum. Here Sue will remain for all who wish to see such a powerful part of Earth's ancient history. So there you have it, a list of the top 10 most expensive dinosaur fossils. I want to make sure to establish that there may be other expensive fossils that weren't on this list, but this information can be hard to find due to many under-the-table transactions of these fossils. A lot of this stuff's kind of shady with how it's done. So if you know about any more expensive fossils that weren't on this list, make sure and let us know in the comments. Alright, lovely residents, we hope to see you next time. This has been Jacob, and as always, peace out, my friends.